Birdemic, Shock and Terror, Worst Movie Ever. Welcome to our cinematic court case, where we put James Nguyen's infamous 2010 masterpiece on trial. Is this environmental horror film truly the worst movie ever made, or is it an accidental work of genius? Let's examine the evidence in what might be the most hilariously incompetent film to achieve cult status in the modern era. The crime scene. What is Birdemic? Released in 2010, Birdemic, Shock and Terror was written, directed, and produced by Vietnamese-American filmmaker James Nguyen, a self-proclaimed master of the romantic thriller. With a budget of less than $10,000, the film follows software salesman Rod Alan Bogg, and aspiring model Natalie, Whitney Moore, as they try to survive a sudden, apocalyptic bird attack. The film gained notoriety after Nguyen promoted it guerrilla style at the Sundance Film Festival by driving around in a van covered with fake dead birds and the phrase, "Why did the eagles and vultures attack?" Picked up by Severance after being rejected by the festival, it quickly became a midnight movie sensation. Nguyen's passion project was heavily influenced by Alfred Hitchcock's The Birds and intended as an environmental thriller. Exhibit A, the special effects. The infamous CGI birds. Perhaps the most egregious offender in Birdemic's arsenal of technical disasters is the film's titular threat. The attacking birds are essentially animated GIF files that hover stiffly in place, making no attempt to interact with their environment. They appear to be stock clip art pasted onto the footage, often with visible pixelation and no shadows or lighting effects. Exploding birds. When the birds attack, they inexplicably explode upon impact, accompanied by sound effects that seem borrowed from a 1980s arcade game. There's no consistency to their behavior. Sometimes they dive bomb, sometimes they spit acid, and sometimes they just hover menacingly while making screeching noises borrowed from library sound effects. Basic filmmaking errors. Beyond the birds, Birdemic commits nearly every technical filmmaking sin imaginable. Jump cuts, scenes where the camera autofocuses multiple times, inconsistent audio levels, visible boom mics, and lighting that changes dramatically mid-scene. The film's first half contains numerous establishing shots of cars driving that go on for uncomfortably long periods. Exhibit B, the Oscar-worthy performances. The acting in Birdemic achieves a special kind of badness that transcends traditional criticism. I'm a software salesman. Just got a big sale. $500,000. Got a big promotion and a raise. This iconic, delivered by lead actor Alan Bogg with all the emotion of someone reading a grocery list, exemplifies the film's dialogue issues. Conversations rarely flow naturally, with characters stating obvious facts about themselves in a strangely formal manner. Whitney Moore, who plays Natalie, has since embraced the film's cult status and admitted in interviews that she was doing her best with the material provided. The supporting cast delivers equally stilted performances, creating a consistent universe where everyone seems equally uncomfortable on camera. Exhibit C, the legendary coat hanger defense. The weapons of choice. In what has become the film's most iconic scene, our heroes defend themselves against the avian apocalypse using coat hangers. Not sharpened, modified, or enhanced coat hangers. Just regular coat hangers from their hotel room closet, which they wildly swing at CGI birds that never physically interact with them. Upgraded arsenal. Later, the characters acquire firearms from a convenient dead man, whose demise is never explained. However, they continue to primarily rely on their coat hangers, occasionally flailing with what appears to be a broom or umbrella. The characters never question the effectiveness of these bizarre defense strategies. Action choreography. The fight scenes consist of actors awkwardly waving hangers at empty air while sound effects of squawking and small explosions play. Sometimes the birds explode on impact, sometimes they fly away, with no discernible logic to which outcome occurs. The actors never appear to be looking at the same spot where the birds are supposedly hovering. This sequence has become so legendary that it's frequently referenced in discussions of bad movie moments, standing alongside Troll 2's, "Oh my God," in the rooms. I did not hit her monologue in the pantheon of so bad it's good cinema. Exhibit D, the environmental message. Beneath its technical incompetence, Birdemic actually attempts to deliver a serious environmental message about global warming and humanity's impact on nature. This message is delivered with all the subtlety of a sledgehammer through random character encounters and bizarre dialogue. It's the human species that needs to quit playing cowboy with nature. We must act more like astronauts, spacemen taking care of spaceship Earth. The film features an extended scene where the protagonists meet a scientist who delivers a lengthy, stilted monologue about global warming while ominous music plays. Another random encounter interests an ex-soldier living in the woods who explains he now lives on solar power, followed by uncomfortable minutes of clapping for no apparent reason. The environmental message culminates in the film's abrupt ending, where the birds suddenly fly away after the characters witness eagles nesting peacefully. This nonsensical resolution suggests that nature has some kind of equilibrium. Exhibit E, romance that makes you squirm. Asterisk the awkward meeting. The film's first half focuses heavily on the budding romance between Rod and Natalie, which unfolds with excruciating awkwardness. Their initial meeting outside a restaurant features stilted dialogue and bizarre reactions that feel like aliens attempt to mimic human courtship rituals. Asterisk the dating montage. A seemingly endless sequence follows the couple on various dates, including long scenes of them walking on the beach, eating at restaurants, and visiting a pumpkin patch. These scenes drag on with minimal dialogue and peculiar pacing, often focusing on mundane details like parking the car or ordering food. Asterisk the intimate scene. Perhaps the most uncomfortable moment comes when Rod and Natalie consummate their relationship. The scene features bizarre camera angles, an abrupt transition, and a musical score that sounds like royalty-free elevator music. Both actors appear visibly uncomfortable, creating a scene that's simultaneously hilarious and cringe-inducing. Asterisk post-apocalyptic love. Even after the bird apocalypse begins, the film occasionally returns to awkward romantic moments between the leads, creating tonal whiplash. In one scene, they discuss their relationship while hiding killer birds, with the same flat effect they displayed during their initial courtship. Cult status, the resurrection. Despite, or rather, because of, its numerous flaws, Birdemic has achieved legendary status on the midnight movie circuit. Following in the tradition of films like The Room and Plan 9 from Outer Space, it has inspired audience participation screenings where viewers bring coat hangers, walk at the screen, and recite favorite lines. The film has been featured on numerous worst movies ever made lists and has been reviewed by popular internet critics like The Nostalgia Critic, Red Letter Media, and John Tron, further cementing its cult status. These reviews have helped introduce new audiences to the film's unique brand of incompetent. Remarkably, director James Nguyen has embraced the film's reception, though he maintains that he intended to make a serious horror film. The appeal, why we love bad movies. Asterisk authenticity, what makes Birdemic special is its sincerity. Unlike modern, bad on purpose, films like Sharknado, Birdemic represents a genuine artistic vision, however misguided. James Nguyen truly believed he was creating something meaningful, and this authenticity resonates with viewers tired of cynical, corporate filmmaking. Asterisk community experience, bad movies like Birdemic create shared experiences. Watching them in groups becomes a communal event where the audience bonds over their collective reaction. The coat hanger defense scene functions as a shared cultural touchpoint, brings people together in bewildered amusement. Asterisk accidental art. There's something fascinating about art that fails in such spectacular ways that it circles back to becoming entertaining. Birdemic breaks so many rules of conventional filmmaking that it becomes a sort of avant-garde experiment, creating memorable moments through its technical incompetence. In a media landscape filled with focus-grouped, algorithm-friendly content, truly terrible films like Birdemic stand out for their raw, unfiltered vision. They remind us that sometimes the most memorable artistic experiences come from spectacular failure rather than safe mediocrity. The verdict, cultural phenomenon. So is Birdemic truly the worst movie ever made? It certainly has all the qualifications: abysmal special effects, wooden acting, nonsensical plot developments, and technical incompetence at every level. Yet, like Tommy Wiseau's The Room or Ed Wood's Plan 9 from Outer Space, it has transcended simple badness to become something more fascinating. Birdemic represents a pure, unfiltered artistic vision. James Nguyen may have failed at making a good movie by conventional standards, but he succeeded in creating something unforgettable. In an era of forgettable, algorithm-friendly content, something refreshing about a film that fails so spectacularly yet so memorably. So our verdict: Birdemic is simultaneously one of the worst films ever made and a unique cultural treasure that deserves its cult status. IMDb rating, January 9, 10, one of the lowest rated feature films on the platform. Production budget, $10,000, self-financed by director James Nguyen. Estimated revenue, $1 million plus, through midnight screenings and home video. The next time someone suggests a bad movie night, grab your coat hangers, prepare your best wooden delivery, and experience the magic of Birdemic. Just make sure to ask yourself, is it so bad it's good, so bad it's illegal, or secretly a masterpiece?